Hello and welcome to a brand new week. And also, I should say, welcome to a brand new year. We need to talk. Okay, I don't know if anybody else had an eventful New Year's, but, oh boy, did I have an eventful New Year's. So, the reason why it has taken me so long to record Animal Crossing into 2021 is because I spent my New Year's Eve streaming Mother 3 for 9 hours straight, which, don't get me wrong, that was an absolute blast. Mother 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I actually have an annual event over on my Twitch channel where every December I stream through an Earthbound game, and I just wanted to make sure I finished Mother 3 before the end of the year. But then immediately after that, I ended up starting a new job, because for those of you who haven't watched previous episodes of Animal Crossing, I lost my job back in December of 2020, and while I was able to get a job only a couple weeks later, I didn't start that job until right after the new year. So immediately after all that stuff, transitioning over to a new job and adjusting to a new form of life, it's been a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little crazy, and as a result, I've been trying to create a schedule that helps me record Animal Crossing more consistently, stuff like that. And while I've just now found that schedule, it's been a little tough. But with that being said, I do want to state that I did record the New Year celebration as well as the countdown into the new year in Animal Crossing, so I will make sure to show off that footage. But that's the other thing. I technically had last week's video put together. I recorded it and everything. I was about to start editing it, and then I realized my settings were wrong on my computer, and I ended up failing to record my entire microphone. So all I was able to do was record the gameplay footage. Which, don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. That means the footage is salvageable. I'm able to use it because I can just show off the gameplay, but it was just... It was a little heart-wrenching because it was New Year's, and I actually had a lot of fun stories that I wanted to share about New Year's, and it didn't pan out. Mostly because I was trying to do that partway, like, in between work shifts, and I wasn't really in the right state of mind, so I kind of just rushed through it, and, yeah. Anyways, before we get into some of the updates that happened on the island, Happy Home Academy from Sunday. Got an S rank. The highest scoring room in your home is for this assessment was your second floor room. We're not sure if it's your favorite room, but it sure feels like it. That's actually something that I want to talk about later this week. I went ahead and finished updating the house. In fact, that's what that box sofa is. But, I'm actually surprised I didn't get a higher score. So I've been thinking we should be hanging out more. Maybe sending you surprise gifts is the most efficient way to tell you that. But what can I say? You deserve an extra special treatment. Until next time, Pom Pom. So one thing I should also mention is when I went to record New Year's, I unfortunately had to travel back in time because, again, I spent my entire New Year's streaming Mother 3, so my New Year's was busy. But I ended up traveling back in time. I accidentally traveled into December 31st, 2021, and then closed the game and then got back in. So a lot of things that happen for the next few months may be a little jumbled. For example, the letter that you get for your birthday. In fact, I'll actually show that right now. I technically already got that for this year. So if we go to, I want to say right here. Yeah. Do you remember when we first met? Of course not, silly, but it was on this very day. If that's not cause to celebrate, I don't know what it is. Happy birthday from Mom. So that's what you get from your birthday. My birthday is not in January. In fact, it's not even until March. But again, because I accidentally signed in into December 31st, 2021, it accidentally gave me that. So I just wanted to show that off because that was a mistake on my part. The other thing that I want to talk about that happened, this actually happened off screen while I was playing the game, was Renee moved. Renee was a character that I was really hoping would stick around, but she didn't. And she actually voiced off screen that she really wanted to move, and against my better judgment, I let her go. As far as I know, nobody's moved in yet. Because, you know, allowing an entire year for somebody to move in, that wasn't enough time, I guess. And Tom Nook has not gotten somebody. I don't even know if we're going to get someone until the new year, because I traveled back in time. But as far as I know, nobody's moved in yet. Maybe that'll change today, but I don't actually know. But with that being said, I don't really have anything else that I want to talk about. I mean, I don't really have anything that I want to speak about pertaining to like my new job or anything, because if I'm being 100% honest, it's kind of just a whatever job. Like, you ever have those jobs that you've worked in your life where you're like, you know, you're kind of just happy to have a job because it's like, oh, okay, it's paying my bills, but at the same time, you have no emotional attachment to it. You're kind of just there to receive a paycheck. You still try, obviously. You still, you know, put in your effort and you do everything you can to make sure you're doing your job right. But it's like, besides that, you don't really do much else. Like, you don't really know anyone there. Like that's the thing with my new job. It's not that I dislike the job. It's just, you know, the work's boring. And just, I'm used to it. It's only about, I'm only out like my second week there, but I'm already basically at muscle memory with everything. Like, I'm just used to it. Like, thankfully it's a job that has work that I'm already used to. I've worked it in the past, and I actually really like the schedule. I really like the people I work with. The only thing that sucks is I'm back to nights, which I'm actually a natural night person. Like, I don't know if other people are like that, but I am. I'm very much just a night person. With that being said, this schedule is a little bit past my preferred time. I usually like going to bed around like 3, not 3, more like 4 a.m. But with my new job, I don't go to bed till like 6 at the earliest. Just because I don't even get home from work till 5:30. But, you know, it's a job. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. Like, it's one of those things where you just, you know, you don't hate it. You actually somewhat enjoy it. But it's just a job. It's not anything that I'm emotionally attached to. But besides that, I don't really have anything else that I want to talk about. I mean, I guess I could talk a little bit about what I discussed on New Year's while I show New Year's footage. But New Year's is actually a holiday that I do have some very fond memories of. It's a holiday that I remember celebrating with family quite a bit. More specifically, my grandpa, because as a kid, it was always just a super exciting holiday because my family is very much under the mindset of early to bed, early to rise. And even as a kid, I never liked that. I always liked staying up and just doing things. I mean, I was that kid who very much would hide under the covers playing Pokemon Platinum. And then if I heard any little noise in the middle of the night, I would immediately close my DS and like try to act like I was sleeping. Even though most of the time I never stayed up later than like an extra hour past my bedtime. Because I would just get tired and fall asleep. But yeah, I was definitely that kid. And my parents were always under the philosophy of, like, you know, you go to bed early, you get up early because you're more productive. And yeah, that is generally true. But for someone like me, where most of the time when I'm productive, I'm working on the computer, it really doesn't matter to me. And, ooh, it looks like somebody's moved in! But, New Year's was always a holiday that I really enjoyed because it's, for one, it's an excuse to stay up late. And two, I just have some fond memories with it. I remember a lot of times I would stay the night at my grandparents, and my grandpa would actually get me and all my cousins together, and we would get in the back of his truck on New Year's and like bang pots and pans, which generally is something that people do a lot. Like, that's not an uncommon thing to do, but that's just something that we did, and I really very much enjoyed it because it was just something fun to do as a kid. There's also another thing. This wasn't like related to New Year's, but I have associations to it on New Year's. My grandpa, keep in mind, when this was a thing, my cousin, like, I think I was the second oldest out of the cousins, and I was like 8. I think the youngest in our group was 5, which was my sister. We had a group. My grandpa created this little club for us kids called the Furt and Burton Club, and it was literally just like just, you know, I don't know why I'm embarrassed saying this, but it was just literally a club where it's like, you know, you got a bunch of little kids, Furt and Burton Club. It's all about burping and farting. It was really dumb, but again, it was something that I often associated with New Year's because my grandpa was always like, oh, it's New Year's, time for a Furt and Burton Club meetup. Especially because a lot of the early years I actually lived in another state, so this only happened like when I visited. But again, I have a lot of fond memories with New Year's, most specifically with my grandparents. And like my grandpa is definitely one of the few family members that I have strong attachments to. I've mentioned that like I don't have that much an emotional attachment towards my family, especially my extended family. But my grandpa in particular, I have a lot of fond memories with him. I very much look up to him. And so, just, I felt bad whenever the New Year's video didn't work out originally because I wanted to talk about these things because I have a lot of fond memories of, like, talking or just being around my grandpa. And, like, keep in mind, my grandpa's still alive as of this recording. He's not gone yet, but, thankfully I come from a family in which everyone had families very, very early. So, I have very young grandparents. I think the oldest grandparent I have is like 75. So, I'm very blessed with that. And Ursula. Ursula? Oh my god, we're getting a Xenoblade 2 character in the game! Oh, we get Ursula and Barry! Oh, I'm so excited for that! I actually don't know who Ursula is, but I just saw that. I was like, wait, Ursula. That's a Xenoblade character. And actually one of my favorite Xenoblade characters. Say what you will about her side quest. Her side quest sucks. I absolutely hate it. It's one of my least favorite side quests in all of RPGs. But as a character and her playstyle, I love her. Oh, she's so great. Can I just say, I'm going to go off on another tangent just because like we're going through just normal daily routine stuff. I guess also while I'm showing more like New Year's footage. Playing Xenoblade 2, I was the type of person where as I got later in the game, once I got all my party members and I started realizing about like rare blades and stuff and how they all were had specific abilities and things, I kind of decided, okay, when I get a new blade, or before I get new blades, like I want to figure out which ones are good for which characters. But unfortunately, it's RNG on who you get blades on what characters. And so when I got Ursula, I resonated her with Zeke. And at first I thought that was a really bad idea because Ursula is a healer type, and I often associated the healer type with just Nia. I was like, okay, all healer blades need to be on Nia kind of thing. All attacker blades need to be on these characters, which is not necessarily the strategy you should have, but that's the strat that I had. And I accidentally resonated Ursula on Zeke, and I gotta say, that was probably the best choice that I could have made, because seriously, the only reason why I thought it was such a good idea is the fact that Zeke literally has like a jump kick move with Ursula, where he literally leaps into the air, does like a big old kick that has knockback, and it may not be the best move in Ursula's arsenal, but it's just the best thing to look at, especially like when you're fighting next to a cliffside and then all of a sudden you're just like jump kick and just kick someone off a cliff and instantly win the fight. Like, man, Xenoblade 2 is not my favorite Xenoblade game, like by a long shot. There's a lot of things that game does that I love, but I also don't love. And oh, well, guess I'm getting 1,000 or 3,000 bell tree. But yeah, long story short, Xenoblade 2 is great. You should go play it. It's not my favorite Xenoblade game, but I still love the game, and there's a lot of things about it that I absolutely enjoy, even though there's a lot of things I don't enjoy about it. But I'm happy we're getting a Xenoblade character on the island. Oh my god, Sable knows us! She recognizes our You're Taryn, right? Wait, what just happened? I don't think I've ever heard you call a customer by name before, sis. Hush, Mabel. You know this is hard for me. Anyway, I'm Sable. I figured it was time we introduced properly. You can go back to shopping now. Oh my god, Sable! You finally warmed up to me! Essentially, you always go out of your way to stop by and see us, Taryn. Oh, Sable! That just made my day. You don't know how happy that makes me. That just made my day. Aw, Sable! I knew you'd warm up to me. Sorry we can't offer you a cup of tea or anything, but we're always happy to have you here. Oh, Sable! That's actually the cutest thing ever! She finally warmed up to me! That is one of my sworn goals in all Animal Crossing games, is to get Sable to recognize me. Not because, like, she's, you know, like, one of my favorite characters or anything. I mean, she is. I absolutely love Sable. She's awesome. But it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, this character doesn't want to talk to me? No, I'll get you to talk to me. I will bug you every single day until you eventually give me the recognition that I want. Even though in real life, I am the exact opposite. I'm the type of person where it's like, unless I know you and I actively want your attention, I'm just like, please don't speak to me. Please don't speak to me. I want to stay by myself. Oh, one thing I should also mention. 137 bells. Really? Ah, Timmy, you suck. Okay. I want to admit something. I've stopped buying turnips. I was trying to get in the habit of buying them, but with my new schedule and everything, I'm never awake early enough to buy turnips, which isn't a big deal. You know, you could always just turn back the clock and buy turnips that way, but I'm back to working Sundays, which means that buying turnips is no longer a priority for me because, you know, when I get up on Sunday, the first thing I think about is work. But the second thing is, December was a terrible month for turnips. Like, I don't know what it was, but I had such bad luck with turnip prices that it killed my joy of buying turnips. So I ultimately decided I'm not going to buy them anymore. Seriously, I think the best prices I got in all of December was maybe like 111 bells. It was abysmal. So I ultimately decided to stop buying turnips. And then, of course, the one day I decide to admit that, I actually get some decent prices. Which, even then, 137's not enough for me to think that is incredible. But, oh well. Drago! Hey there! What are you doing? I might copy you. I could be Taryn Jr. for the day. You do that, Drago. Pom-pom. Oh, Glitter! Hi there, my fabulous bestie! When did you start calling me Glitter? I don't remember. Hi, Glitter. Are you here to hang out with me? No. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, I failed to mention that last Saturday, I actually did participate in the fishing tourney. However, I didn't participate in it much because I realized that a lot of the really high-priced fish that you can catch in the winter are either not available to catch during the time frame that the fishing tourney participates in, or they're just so incredibly rare that it's really not worth it to try to get any sort of large amounts of money from the fishing tourney. Because here's the thing. The fishing tourney / bug tourney in New Horizons is not great. I actively want to voice that. I don't think it's great. I actually think that the fishing tourneys in New Leaf are better because they incentivize you to show up during every single tourney because you actually have to compete. You have to try to compete and make sure who gets the largest bug / fish of, you know, whatever you're trying to catch. And in New Horizons, that's not what it is. It's literally just a mini game. You try to catch as much as you can in 3 minutes, and then whatever you catch, you just sell. So for me, it's like, well, unless there's a lot of bugs / fish that are really rare and go for a bunch of money in that time frame, why am I going to do it? I'm basically going to show up, do it once, get the achievement, and then not play again. I guess if you really want to get the furniture sets, which, yeah, there are some people who go for that in terms of completion. I'm not the type of person who goes for furniture, but if you're someone who thinks that's a part of completion, I guess that makes sense, but even then you're just grinding for points. So, which, I mean, I'm not saying that's a waste of your time. If that's a part of the game and you want to do it, by all means, you are in every right to do it. As someone who loves RPGs, grinding for money and grinding for numbers is something I do, so I kind of get it. But at the same time, it's just not for me. So, I just wanted to voice that, yes, I did actually go and grind for, or not grind, I did participate in the fishing tourney. I didn't do it much, but I did. But with that being said, there's a couple things that I want to take care of, and then we'll actually end things off. I already have KK Fusion, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to take care of a few things, and then we will end off today. Oh yeah, I wanted to voice this. Because I accidentally turned the clock by over a year, cockroaches now live in my house. You can't catch them, unfortunately, so they're not a part of your Critterpedia, but if you step on them, you definitely kill them. But I guess this is also a good introduction into my new house setup. Oh, well, there was one living underneath the couch. That's actually a fear of mine. Like, I'm not someone who overly cares for bugs in real life, but one of my biggest fears is... What? Oh, good! All the pesky cockroaches are gone! I feel so much better now. Wait. Oh! You actually have to get rid of them all. Interesting. I actually didn't know that. Fun story. So, my very first apartment that I moved into actually had really bad bed bugs. I had a bunch of neighbors. Basically, my first apartment complex was such a gross, nasty place. Seriously, the stairs to my apartment were falling apart and rotting. Just that entire apartment was gross. And I had a neighbor who had bed bugs, and there were holes in the wall that the bed bugs seeped into my apartment. And it's so interesting. I actually was able to get rid of the bed bugs in my apartment, just by staying very, very clean, but also I starved them out. I'm just saying this much. If you're someone who has ever had to suffer from bed bugs, seriously, it's one of the worst things imaginable. Like, I would not wish bed bugs on my worst enemies. But I also do want to state, this is not the strategy you should have when taking down bed bugs. But my strategy was, I starved him out. I did not sleep on my bed for 8 months. Basically, as soon as I found out I had bed bugs, I slept on my leather couch for 8 months straight. And eventually all the bed bugs just died and I never saw them ever again. But, yeah, whenever I think of, like, cockroaches, I immediately am reminded about my bed bug scenario, because that was years ago. That was seriously forever ago. I haven't had to deal with bed bugs since, but it's always a story that I like to share because people are always like, "Oh God, you had bed bugs. How did you ever get rid of them?" And then it's like, "Oh, funny story. I slept on my leather couch for 8 months straight, never touching my bed, and then eventually they just went away." People were like, "That's not how it works." I'm like, "I know, but that's how it worked for me." Anyway, so this is the living room. It's set up pretty much the same as before, but the big thing that I did was I decided to make the living room setup a little bit bigger. Decided to add a box sofa. Wanted to make it all one matching color. Decided to put the ring fit band here. Decided to put the switch there. I actually got myself another tarantula. Fun fact, there was a tarantula that just showed up on my island. And I was able to catch it. I already had one for my Critterpedia, so I decided to keep one in here because I definitely wanted to keep a tarantula and scorpion for myself in the house. Also decided to set up this piano. I got this piano forever ago and just decided to set it up. I actually had a piano as a kid, and I really enjoyed having it. Like, it was definitely one of the few musical instruments that I really enjoyed playing, because I grew up around all sorts of musical instruments. I mean, my dad had a drum set, he had guitars, stuff like that, so I always had music around me. But this is the updated bathroom. Decided to set up the gold toilet that I made forever ago, and decided to basically make a shrine of toilets, so all the other toilets are surrounding the golden one. And other than that, it's pretty much the same. Decided to put this fragrance diffuser and these fragrance sticks. One thing I did not realize is the jacuzzi actually has a light. I didn't know that was a thing until now. The last thing that I wanted to show off is the bedroom, as I originally was going to have the bedroom be dedicated to the ice sets, but I decided to change it, so now it's just back to a bedroom. Decided to set up one of the 50-inch TVs here. Decided to put these cypress plants next to it just because I thought it looked nice. And then, of course, the Happy Home Academy trophies, as well as the bug catching tournament trophy. Decided to put another, I guess, fragrance diffuser slash humidifier, which is actually something that I have in real life in my bedroom. And then decided to put the hamster cage here because, of course, I have guinea pigs of my own. And while you don't have a guinea pig cage in this game, I decided to put the hamster cage because, you know, gotta make sure I represent my pets, as I love them very, very much. And unfortunately, my pets are actually not in my bedroom. I keep my pets in my living room, although I actually have been thinking about this. So I guess if you're someone who is curious or really wants this to happen, let me know. I've had the idea of setting up an additional camera for my live streams and just having like a guinea pig cam. Because what I really want to do is I'm actually working on getting my guinea pigs like a fun cage set up. Right now they just have their normal cage, and I want to set up like a fun cage. So whenever I'm doing certain things, like they can just be around with me in their fun cage. So like if I'm just in the living room like watching TV or playing games, like the guinea pigs can just be next to me in their fun cage. Or if I'm streaming, they can be in the bedroom in the fun cage. And I want to set up like a guinea pig cam, so I could just like have a camera above their cage. So like if I'm offline or not if I'm offline, but like if I'm on standby, like taking a break, you could just have a guinea pig cam. I don't know. It's just been a fun idea that I've really wanted to experiment with. So I guess if that's something you've wanted me to do, let me know in the comments if you're like, yes, guinea pig cam for streams. I want that. But the last thing that I want to take care of for today, I want to grab some snowflakes. I don't know exactly how many I need, so I'll just grab a bunch. And just because I want to experiment, where are my... There they are, customization kits. I want to build that snow statue, or the ice sculpture, because I really want to see if we can actually customize it to be different creatures, or if it's just a bear. Because I would assume that you can only customize it so that it changes color like the rest of the ice sets, but I would like to see. Yeah, you can only change the color. Well, that sucks. I really wanted to make it like a cat or something. Oh well. Anyways, that's going to be it for this Monday. So let's move on over to the next day of the week and see what happens on the island. Hello there, everyone. Right now on Frontier, it's 1:49 p.m. on Friday, January 15th, 2021. There isn't any news to speak of today, but... Oh! Have you ever peeled some fruit and managed to keep the whole peel connected? Earlier, I just did that. Oh dear. I guess that doesn't really qualify as news, does it? And with that, I'll get back to work supporting you and your enjoyment of our island. Honestly, Isabel, I'm with you there. It's so satisfying whenever I'm at work and I have an orange and I actually am able to peel the entire orange in one go, because typically I like putting the pieces of the orange that I'm eating on the peel, so it's like, you know, I don't have to like lay out a napkin or anything. It's like having your own personal plate that you put together yourself. Hi, I like sending postcards to friends. Should I write more? Maybe next time. Drago. Thank you for the letter, Drago. Anyways, hello and welcome to Friday. I meant to film a lot more consistently this week, but I ran into some issues. Not anything in the sense of recording issues or any of that sense. It purely had to do with scheduling. I don't know if anybody else is similar to me, but I have an issue with something. Now, this hasn't been an apparent issue to me until very recently, but actually, it's only been recent when I readjusted back to a night schedule. When I was working a day schedule, I didn't have this issue. But I've noticed that I have the problem whenever I'm a night person, that I have no consistency in terms of sleep. And that's often a very bad detriment to your mental health as well as your physical health, because it eats at you. You're not getting enough adequate sleep, and therefore you're destroying yourself in other ways. Because you're so tired, you feel like all you want to do is work, but then you don't work, and then you're destroying yourself mentally because you didn't work. And then you don't eat properly because you're too tired to cook, so then you just eat whatever's available. And at least for me, I didn't have things available for a while, so I had to go grocery shopping. And of course, because I went grocery shopping, I didn't sleep even more. It was a never-ending loop, to the point that half of my week I just spent sleeping. I think, what was it? Did I record Monday? I think I recorded Monday. So Monday, I was totally fine. And Sunday, I was totally fine. But then Tuesday and Wednesday, I was just dead. I think I slept for 14 or 15 hours straight. And, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was basically, I'd come home from work, I would sleep, And then I'd wake up, have barely enough time to shower and feed my guinea pigs, and then leave for work. I didn't even have time to feed myself. I was like, alright, make a lunch, shower, feed the guinea pigs, go to work. That's all you have time for. I think I had one day out of the week where I had time to like go get Taco Bell before work. But yeah, that's how my week went. And then Thursday, which was the beginning of my day off, oh boy, I pulled an all-nighter, because of course I did. I was like, it's the weekend, time to not sleep so you can get work done. And I got some work done, but not as much as I would have liked to, especially because of the fact that I literally stayed up all night. It was one of those things where, because I knew I had errands I had to run, I had to go grocery shopping. I was like, oh hey, the grocery shop opens at 6 a.m. I don't even get home from work until 5:30 a.m. Instead of going to sleep, getting up at my usual time, and then going grocery shopping at like 2 p.m., I'm just gonna go grocery shopping now at 6 a.m. And then I'll just stay up as late as I can and get all this work done, which I did. I think I stayed up till like 3 or 4 p.m. getting videos done. I was like, okay, videos are rendering. I can't work on my computer anymore. Time to sleep. Ended up sleeping for an hour, waking up to do a live stream, and then immediately ran into computer problems because I've been having problems with rendering videos thanks to Adobe's new updates and everything screwing up my settings. Wasn't until I actually dabbled with things and fixed stuff that I finally was able to get videos worked on. But yeah, that was fun. So now I actually just woke up for this recording. Yes, I know I've talked about in past videos that I've been doing a lot of time traveling. What you see on screen in terms of time, 1:54 p.m. on Friday, that is actually the correct time. Normally I'm not awake till like 1-2 p.m. every day. But I went to bed early last night. Well, early as like 4 a.m. Everyone's like, that's not early. That's early for me. And I don't get to go to sleep till like 6 a.m. at the earliest on weekdays for work. So going to bed at 4 a.m. was super early for me. But again, I got like an hour of sleep last night, or the night before. So I was like, I need to catch up on sleep. So I went to bed at 4 a.m., got up at around noon, and just decided to start working on stuff. So that's where we are. Anyways, I had a point to this little rant, this little discussion, and that rant is take care of yourself. Have a schedule, have a routine. Like, don't be like me and think that you can just screw up your routine for a few days and then you'll just catch up on sleep and you'll be totally fine, because it's not. It's not fine. You really need to make sure you're getting adequate sleep every day. You gotta make sure you're eating properly, because I also have that issue where I'll go days where I just don't eat. Actually, yeah, I'll go like 1 or 2 full days just without eating, just because it's like, I'll do that later. I need to work. When it's like, that's not okay. That is not okay. So don't do that. Don't be like me. Anyway, so that's why I didn't record Animal Crossing earlier this week. It's been fun. It's been fun. Anyways, let's see what else we can do this on this lovely day. And unfortunately, Red is not here. I'm really hoping I could get Red to show up on the island, because I need art. Oh yeah, one thing I did want to talk about actually does pertain to the month of January, since we're finally in January. There actually are no new critters or anything in the northern hemisphere for this game. So typically what I've tried doing is I've tried showing off any new creatures and stuff you can catch in the month of January, or in the new months. That's not anything new in January. There's just literally nothing. In fact, what Nintendo does is every month they'll release a new video on YouTube saying like, hey, here's all the new things happening in New Horizons for the month of January. This month's video had nothing. They were seriously like, oh, build snowmen, get large snowflakes for the frozen furniture sets. And, oh, is that freaking, what's her face? That's Ursula. I totally forgot Ursula moved in. You're a pink bear. I don't get to see your face because it's covered by a tree. Hey, I'm Ursula. How you doing? We haven't met, right? Sorry, I just moved here a few days ago. So many new faces. Well, in case I didn't tell you, if you ever want to hang out, let me know. Grumph. Oh, she's a cute big bear. I need to. Why are you sitting near this tree? Oh, okay, I get to see you. Hold on, I want to see your face. I want to see you. Let me see you. Oh, she's so cute. I love her. Looks like Gulliver is knocked out on the beach again as usual. I went over to wake him up, but all he got was a few seconds of sleep talk before he was out again. Think you could do better? Grumph. I bet he's still down at the beach. Oh, Ursula, you're the cutest! I was kind of expecting her to be like a polar bear, because again, Xenoblade reference. So I was like, oh, she has to look just like Barry from Xenoblade 2. She has to look like Barry, because I assumed Ursula was going to be a bear. And since Ursula is a Xenoblade character, Ursula's the girl, but then Barry's the bear. I'm like, but Animal Crossing is all about animals. So if her name's Ursula, it has to be a bear. But it has to be a Xenoblade reference because everything has to be a Xenoblade reference. So she has to be a polar bear. It didn't work out that way, but that's what I hoped. I have no idea what this dress is, just by the name. But immediately looking at this reminds me of Kumatora, just in the color scheme and everything, and it almost makes me wish that there was... Oh, okay. God, if there was a blend between these two colors, this would just flat out be Kumatora. Also, if it was a little bit shorter. I want to buy it just because it reminds me of Kumatora. And we all know my feelings on Kumatora from Mother 3. She's one of my favorite video game characters ever. In fact, I am a firm believer that Kumatora is the best Nintendo princess ever. Fight me on that. All you Princess Zelda fanboys thinking Zelda's the best? Nah, man. Kumatora's where it's at. You think Zelda's cool because she knows magic? Kumatora's a badass with magic. I mean, she can summon meteorites. What more do you need? She freaking knows PK Starstorm. You think Lucas is the one using PK Starstorm in Smash? No, it's Kumatora. Lucas doesn't know Starstorm. Kumatora literally has to come out for Lucas's final Smash because he doesn't know how to do it himself. Wait, I saw Drago thinking about something. I saw Drago... I don't know why you have a fire there, but sure. I was just trying to decide what to play next. Hey, Taryn! Want to play a treasure hunting game? Ooh, yeah, sounds fun. Yay! I'm gonna bury the treasure somewhere on the island. Good thing I had already dug up most of the fossils. Do you know the treasure hunting rules? No, tell me. Oh, Soleil's wearing Nessa shirt! Okay, so the rules are simple. If you can find the treasure I buried before the time runs out, then you win. The treasure's buried in dirt, so don't go indoors. Folks get mad when you try to dig in their floors. Okay, ready to hunt? Do I have a time limit? I have a time limit. I have 3 minutes. Also, Axel is being my hype man by dancing. Okay, cool. So I got 3 minutes to find a treasure. Do I have any inventory space for it? I do. Is this it? No, that's a fossil. Okay, that's a fossil. Okay, cool. Oh wait, I have 6 minutes. I don't know why I thought I had 2 minutes. So can it be buried on the beach? Oh, there's Gulliver. I haven't really been talking to Gulliver much, just because I feel like he's a one-trick pony. Like, you literally do the same thing with him every single time he shows up to the island. I guess if you really want his furniture type that he gives you, which is the pirate type, but I really don't care, so I just don't bother with him. Okay, where is he gonna be, like, stuck in somebody's yard? I feel like that's gonna be the case. It's gonna be buried in somebody's yard. I can't imagine it's not going to have some sort of marking on it. Like, it's gonna show up as a mark, right? Oh, it's probably right here. Why is it in my yard? Drago, you're talking about the fact that people don't like when you dig up their floors. I don't like when people bury stuff in my front yard. Alright, you know what, whatever. At least it made things easy to find, and I did not hit that button. Can we talk about the Nintendo Switch D-pad for a second? I feel like I've already complained about this somewhere. It was probably during a live stream or something. But I really don't like the D-pad on the Switch. A lot of people say that the Switch Pro Controller is one of the best controllers out there. And while I don't necessarily use the Joy-Cons in the grip, I use the Pro Controller if I'm playing the Switch in TV mode. But the D-pad on the original model Pro Controller is not good. I remember playing Breath of the Wild at launch, and it was not great. And while I have gotten an updated Pro Controller by that point, I have the Smash Brothers edition. I had to have the controller charging, and so I'm using my base model Pro Controller, which I bought at launch. I literally bought this the same day the Switch came out. Man, whenever you think you press a button on the D-pad, and then the D-pad's like, no, I press a different thing. Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry, Drago. Sorry, Drago. Take the present. I was too busy ranting about controller D-pads. I love the Pro Controller, especially because of the fact that you can use it on PC, but the D-pad's not great. Let's see what this treasure is. Ta-da! Your very own guide shirt. Here you go. Very cool. Man, Taryn, that was a lot of fun, huh? This literally sounds like my shirt. What is this? Also, I will not be wearing pants. It's fine. That is very much my shirt. Especially because I'm just someone who is like a walking video game guide. Decided to craft a 3-tiered snow person, and the big thing that I want to see is, can I customize you? And if I can customize you, what can I make you into? Because I would assume you could possibly change the color of the clothing. If that. Maybe change what clothing. Oh, yeah, you just change. Oh, you even get to change the face! Oh, that's cute! Okay, I like that. That's great. You know what? You know what? We're gonna put this on the island. We're gonna put this on the island somewhere. I don't know where, but we're gonna put it somewhere. I love that. That is so cute! So, fun fact. I just completed another color of flower for the pathway. I just completed orange pansies. I've been trying to keep track of all the flowers that I've been needing, and yeah, I had exactly enough orange pansies left that I no longer need to grow any. So, that's another color down. I'm actually making really good progress here. I think the only flowers that I still need a bunch more of are... I still need orange hyacinths, blue hyacinths, blue pansies. I want to say black rose. Oh, yeah, I definitely still need more black roses. And I think that's about it. I'm still trying to grow blue roses, but at this point, I'm using it for a different thing rather than trying to put them together for this path. But I'm really happy to see that project coming together. Oh yeah, I need to find a spot for that snowman. I actually forgot about that. Let's throw you over here, I guess. Because I don't really know what else to do. Yeah, sure, you go there. Actually, no. No, I want to put you somewhere where you can be easily seen. Yeah, sure, here. Okay, well, that's not easily seen, but... There we go. That looks good. Honestly, I don't know where else to put him. Alright, that's all I got for today, and Friga is literally trying to sweep out the fire. She knows how much of a health and safety concern this is, and she's just like, Pee-wee! Pee-wee, can turn off the fire! And he's just like, no, I don't want to. Hi, Pee-wee. Well, hey there, Fame, my good pal Blues. Nice to see you. Okay. Walking past Ursula's house, I smelled kimchi stew. My tummy's still rumbling now. Okay. Frigga. Well, if it isn't Chef. Time moves a bit more leisurely here on this island. If I don't watch the clock, the day ends before I know it. Alright, cool. Nobody has anything insightful to say. Alright, well, let's just skip on over to tomorrow and end off our week with a KK Slider performance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday. Before we begin on with the KK Slider performance for this week, I want to talk about some things that happened today, as I actually did play off-screen, and I'm glad that I did, because there was a lot that happened today. First off, we got a letter from Axel, who actually gave us a piece of art. Now, unlike... oh god, how am I forgetting his name? Dear god, why am I forgetting his... Walt. Unlike Walt, who gave us a fake piece of art, Axel was able to give us the warrior statue. And, funny enough, it was genuine. So I was able to donate that to the museum, and hey, I'm not the only one who's contributing to the museum now. Axel contributed to it. Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure it's going to give me the credit because I donated it. But Axel gave it to me, so I'm giving the credit to him. Axel donated that piece of art to the museum. Additionally, today is Ursula's birthday. I didn't know that until Isabel told me when I signed into the game that yes, today is Ursula's birthday. So happy birthday, Ursula. I actually already went and visited her, got herself a present, got her a cute DIY table. I felt like that fit her style a lot, even though we technically haven't seen her house yet. But yeah, so happy birthday, Ursula. Happy birthday, not happy birthday, but I guess happy present time for the museum, whatever. I got the thing for the museum. That's all that we need to know. But besides that, nothing else really happened. So KK, take it away. If it isn't that cool cat who puts the pep in my step, Taryn, you ready for me to wail? I mean, it depends. Is it a good or a bad wail? I guess a good wail. Any requests? Tap no favor, or you can just tell me how you feel and I'll groove on it. I have a song, and I'm honestly surprised that I didn't have this song until now. The song that we will be playing today is KK Techno Pop. I'm actually surprised I didn't have this song. Groovy, then how about you cop a seat so I can get started? Right on, I'm tuned up and ready to roll. Who's in the mood for a little KK Techno Pop?